This is Kelso Sturgeon. Thank you for attending another day at my College of Advanced Sports Handicapping. This report is for Friday tonight and for college football and basketball for Saturday. We've got a lot to talk about, and I put together what I think is an exciting opportunity to make a small fortune this weekend, and I've got two special packages I want you to pay attention to. But first, on Friday night, going for another 25-unit Chairman's Club winner in basketball, 6-1 with my last 7. Also tonight, Friday night, going for another 2-0 night for Best Bet Club members, 9-2 with their last 11 plays. On Saturday, now really pay attention to what I'm telling you. This is an opportunity to break the bank. I'm releasing a 25-unit play, and all these games are in the same package. I'm releasing a 25-unit play on the Army-Navy game from Landover, Maryland, so on national television. Navy has won 9 straight, 11 of the last 12, and is a 7-point favorite to get the job done again. I think that the betting line on this game, excuse me, makes it a very attractive play, and I intend to get the cash with Army and Navy with a certain degree of ease. But that's just part of this sensational Saturday package. I'm also releasing 3 of the biggest television games on the college basketball board, every single one of them rated 25 units, and let's run them down. These are the best basketball you can ever get, and to me it's the most predictable basketball you can ever get. I'm releasing a 25-unit play on the Washington-Duke game that comes from Madison Square Garden, televised nationally on CBS, a 25-unit play on the Ohio State at Kansas game, televised nationally on ESPN, and then a 25-unit nightcap on Kentucky at Indiana, this one also on ESPN. Now someone said to me, wow, those are 3 really tough games, and you sure you want to use these 3 games? And I said, well, I'll tell you what, here's the schedule for Saturday. There's 5 pages of games you can look over. Find me 3 that aren't tough, and then I'll substitute these. The point that I'm making is marquee basketball is no more difficult to handicap than, say, Providence playing Fordham. They're just, every game is made tough by the point spread, and in these games where you get the best teams there are little edges that get the win in these games, and that's why I'm boldly releasing these 3 games at 25 units, and I intend to win them all. Once again, in the same package, a sensational Super Saturday package, the Army-Navy game at 25 units, the 3 college basketball games, Washington-Duke, Ohio State, Kansas, and Kentucky, Indiana, all 25-unit plays, all in the same package. You don't want to miss it. This is an opportunity to break the bank with Army, Navy, and college basketball at its highest level. Also on Saturday, going for my 50-unit college basketball game of the week, looking for an easy winner there. Now on Sunday, which I'll cover in great detail on the Sunday report, my top plays will be a 100-unit triple power play and my 50-unit NFL upset game of the month, plus all the other service games that I have. Now, every single game that I release, whether it's a special play, a Best Bets Club play, a Chairman's Club play, a personal best play, all these games are released on this website and toll-free at 1-800-755-2255. You can purchase them individually or by the season, whatever suits your best taste. But I do take all major credit cards, and the price is right for every single service that I have. Now, I want to put out a cautionary basketball handicapping note. It's already taking place. You know, right now we're at the semester break in college basketball. This means that the grades for the first semester are coming in, and there's going to be more than a handful of players, many of them key players, who are not going to make the grade the first semester and are going to become academically ineligible and sent to the bench and off the team for the second semester. On the plus side, there are several players, key players, once again, who were not eligible to play during the first semester for either reasons of transfer or reasons of academic eligibility or whatever, and they are coming on board. So when you handicap a college basketball game, you better pay attention to what's happening. I said on the report, on my last report, anytime you're going to bet a game, let's say you pick Kansas and Ohio State, you better dig deep and make sure that the 5 guys and the reserves off the bench that have been carrying these teams are still playing and are still eligible. It's imperative at this juncture of the season to make certain that when you bet, you get what you thought you had, and not take a team that's missing a key player or two. And as I say, it's going to happen in several spots. Now, there's been a certain degree of questions about my top 20 basketball teams, and some people suggested I had lost my mind when I, in my first ratings, made North Carolina, which has lost 2 games, the #1 team in the country. Here's a team that lost at Kentucky by a single point. They lost on a neutral floor in Las Vegas to UNLV, which is one of the real sleepers to go the distance this season. I don't hold 1 or 2 losses against any basketball team. In fact, 4 or 5 losses never dents my enthusiasm. North Carolina is still the best basketball team in the country, followed by Ohio State. Takes an 8-0 mark into that game at Kansas. Kentucky, 8-0, very talented, and certainly will give Indiana, also 8-0, all that it wants. Missouri, Duke, Baylor, Creighton, a surprise there, but Creighton is a dynamite basketball team. Louisville and Marquette round out my top 10. Now, I don't want to, you can get my entire top 20 on my website. You will not find Connecticut there, by the way. I just simply don't believe that Connecticut is a top 20 basketball team. I know that stuns a lot of people, but I don't listen to what the media has to say about these teams. I study them myself. I give them all numerical ratings, and Connecticut is barely in the top 25. It is not in the top 20. Now, we're going to go into great detail in the NFL on Sunday, because there's so much happening, and there's so much in play for many of these NFL teams as far as the postseason goes. But let me throw a few things at you that you might not be aware of. For the Minnesota Vikings, Adrian Peterson is practicing now. They say he's about 70%. For my money, he remains quite doubtful for Sunday's game. Christian Ponder, the rookie quarterback who's been putting up numbers while not winning for the Vikings, is also suffering from an injury, and while he's still listed as questionable, people on the inside there say he will not play, that Joe Webb will get the start for the Vikings. Now, the New York Giants are locked in a real battle with the Dallas Cowboys for a playoff spot. And of course, they meet this weekend in Dallas. Word out of the Meadowlands is that both running backs, Ahmad Bradshaw and Brandon Jacobs, will play. They've been held out of practice this week and rested up. I'm sure that have been assured that they'll both be on the field. That does give the Giants a little more firepower. Now, interesting situation at Houston. Houston just brought on board a longtime NFL quarterback, Jeff Garcia, 41 years old, as the third-string quarterback for this squad. He'll be in the third spot behind T.J. Yates and Jake Delhomme, who was also just signed. Houston managed to win last week with the rookie from Carolina, T.J. Yates. But if something would happen to him, heaven only knows what's happened. But here's a team that's already lost Matt Schwab and Matt Leinart, the 1-2 quarterbacks. They had no choice. So when you bet on the Houston Texans, they're at Cincinnati this week, got to be a little bit careful. If anything happens to Yates, neither one of these backup quarterbacks have really spent enough time with the team to even understand the offenses. There's also a big mess in St. Louis. Tom Brandstater has been taking all the first-team snaps in St. Louis. Now, he was brought up from the practice squad to get ready to play this week. Sam Bradford is still very doubtful, the starter. A.J. Feely definitely out, so St. Louis might have a guy off the practice squad starting at quarterback. I don't want to go through all these things today. It takes too much time. On Sunday morning, I'm going to run this injury situation down, and especially at the quarterback spots, and you certainly do not want to miss that report. Keep in mind now, it's a big Saturday in football and basketball for me. Big Sunday. You can get all the games on this website and toll free at 1-800-755-2255. I do take all major credit cards, and I intend to sweep the board this weekend.